Folks, for a long time I've wanted to tell y'all about one of my favorite recording tools to come up with just, I don't know, good jam tracks or royalty-free music tracks, and it's Band in a Box. So I'm sure there are a lot of videos out there. I'm going to try to make just some very simple to maybe even complex videos showing some things you can do with Band in a Box. If you just know your basic chords like G, C, D, E minor, A minor, various different chords, if you're even a decent strummer on guitar, or you've had some piano or something in the past, that's about all the music you need to know. You don't need to know a whole lot. Just know what chords go together in keys. So what I've got here, I have a version of Band in a Box that has these things called real tracks. See up here, it says acoustic bright, electric rock, ARP, electric rock dirty. So what these are real live musicians playing these bits and pieces of music, and you can go in here, you can change the key, you can the program allows you to edit the chords that they're playing. And so I guess they go into a studio and they record every possible kind of chord you can imagine. So what do you end up with? Well, this is in key of G, it looks like G, D, E minor, C7, and I'll show you kind of how it works. We're in a tempo of 120 here. I'll go ahead and hit play. So this is just a demo, but let's see what it sounds like a little bit. Okay, so you get the idea there right quick. Now you're just hearing the sound coming out of my Bose speakers. If I actually mix this down, I can actually go up here and you just go up under File, and you get on over here to Export Song Wave, WMA. You have these different ways you can do it. Naturally, most of us do it as a wave. You can also export the song with all the different tracks, all these different tracks, different ways. But so yeah. But let's say we wanted to just do some things. Let's say you want the same song, but you don't want it in G. You just click over here, and let's say that we want it in B, okay? And automatically you can see it changes the chords here. It even makes you a lead sheet you can play with if you want to jam along on the guitar. So let's hear how that sounds different now. So suddenly you see it just that we went automatically to another set of, and it's still the same style. Now you can change styles on this. You can say you don't want this style of rock and roll, kind of stuff. You can go here and you can totally even change the style on this. You just click up here, and you can say, let's see, let's load a style. Let's see, a recently used style. Load next style. Okay, style. Let's just go style pick. And so what it does, it's going to bring up various different styles that it thinks might work pretty well with this. So I have this. This is what I've been using, I guess. Let's go try something like a slow, dirty electric guitar opens. I have no idea what I'm going to come up with here, but let's see how this actually changes this. And we'll hit. Let's say rather than doing B this time, let's change our key again. And so I'm going to go to maybe I'm going to go to A now. Okay, so we're going to play this one. It takes usually about 10 seconds for it to generate the files. It goes and it finds all the different parts that it needs. Let's see how this is going to sound with a different style. Now let's say I wanted to change actually a chord here. I'm just going to actually click onto this measure here. I'm going to put a G in here, and that's kind of be odd. It's going to sound odd having a G in there, I know. But I just hit G and I hit enter, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I go back to D or something here. This is going to sound really, really kind of weird, and then the E. And let's see what happens when we get to this point. It's going to sound kind of unusual in the key of A doing it this way, but let's play, and you'll see just how these things work, or how it comes together. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? And then let's say you want to change the sound of some of this. We have these strumming sounds and all here. Maybe one bit of it's too loud or something. Let's hit play, and then we'll identify what part is what here. We know we have bass, piano, drums. Let's see what these guitars are here. So here I've soloed it. I have got acoustic guitar over here. I guess I should have seen that. Maybe I want some more reverb on it. I'm going to let it go farther left. And then we'll go out of this. Maybe this is too loud. Let's take it back a little bit. Maybe you want a little bit more of the organ in there, right? So basically you can do anything you want to this music, and when I say royalty free, I mean, let's face it, you have, first of all, they give you thousands of styles. If I click on these styles again, I mean, you can just go in here and there's so many different ones. These rocks and things in here, and it's giving me even eights here, and that's which is kind of what I'm doing. I was going to see, well, maybe rock ballad. Let's see how that changes everything. Let's see what happens when we hit rock ballad. We're still a tempo of 120. I can change these tempos too. Let's say, speaking of tempo, that we'd like that to be, I don't know, 100 beats per minute. 100. And now let's listen to it. It'll be much more, slower tempo. So the thing that's really awesome about this is you can make all these songs, and I mean, you see down here we have this 3x. That's how many times it's going to play through all this. These B's and A's, these are like they have A and B parts. So when you get down to this part, it actually changes into an alternate part. That sounds like the drummer or the bass player, they play differently. And so there's variation throughout it. It's too much for me to explain right now, other than just to get you started with the notion of what you can do with this. So it's just as simple as a lot of times the way I start. I just go and I open up a demo. I'll say File, Open, and I'm going to say no, I'm not going to change that. And I will go to a style set that I like. Maybe I want some kind of bluegrass something. And let's say I want to create a royalty-free piece of music. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to see what this is. I don't even know what it is, but it gives you a little description up here. This demo features stripped-down rhythm sections of acoustic bass, strum, guitar, mandolin. So let's see what that sounds good. We'll close that. Let's see what we've got. We're in a key of C, it looks like, and we were a tempo of 100. And that might be me that set that tempo, or it might be that's the tempo actually of the song. So let's play and hear a little bit of this. See what they've given us here. Sounds like it probably is the way it's set up. It's a good natural speed for that kind of song. So once again, let's say we wanted that to be a G. Let's hit G. And you can actually put multiple chord changes. Let's say I wanted to go maybe to a F to a B flat right here, right quick, right? I can hit F and I can hit comma B flat, this BB. And then I'm going to go back to C. And once again, this will sound kind of weird. But this gives you the idea again of just how simple it is to make something. And then you can play along with it if you're a musician, or you don't even have to. It actually comes with soloists. And I'm looking here, I'd seldom use the soloists, but they're in here somewhere. There they are, soloists. So if I wanted to have a soloist, I could generate a soloist, add best track soloist, and so they have some suggested ones you can do. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick let's pick a fiddle player in here. I don't know who George is. It says Wanda Vick. I'll say okay. And now let's hit it and let's see if it plays the solo in there with us too. Instant Bluegrass Band. Maybe I don't like that guy. Sound like he's almost like a violin player rather than a fiddle player. I have to pick a different soloist here. So let's go and pick a different one. Let's say maybe a mandolin. Okay. And let's see, A, B, C, D. Maybe I like this better in D, so I'm going to switch it over to D. I'll say real tracks on soloist or melody track are audio, so do not transpose. Okay, erase real track. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. So he must be, let's try this again. Here we go. Soloist. Add best soloist. And we'll try this mandolin here again, okay. I think that what it has to do is it has to fix it in the right key there. So this should play again. Let's give it a shot. In the key of D now. Make him a little bit quieter. Give him some reverb. You can mute him if you want to. You don't like the soloist. So I'm not going to keep on going with this. You can see kind of what you can do. And so it's super flexible. And you just basically find really the kind of style that you like. And you go in here and you can just, like I say, again, I just like to open these things up and find something that looks interesting to me. Dual rock guitars. I have no idea what this would be. But let's try any of these. I don't know. Cray. It's like Robert Cray. Let's see what this is. And again, we're just playing around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to say close and place. Here's another demo. I mean, these guys get down. It's fun. It's fun to play along with. So hopefully that's giving you some idea of what Band in a Box is and how you can use it. I will do some more tutorials on this. It may take me several days to start digging really into it. But I'm going to show you kind of how I like to set up backing tracks with it and then export. And then I like to actually bring these things in. You can take all of them, whether they're MIDI or audio, because it's not always. Sometimes the piano seats here is, I think, a MIDI instrument. That's not audio. And so you know, you can export these. It'll export them all as waves, and you can pull them into something like Adobe Premiere, or you can pull it into Audition, and you can add effects and all to them. You can thicken them, you can EQ them. Just an amazing amount of things, options you can do, almost unlimited with Band in a Box. There's my beginning, folks. More to come.